Hi and welcome to today's episode. We've got a little friend with us today. You might be seeing him, this little ball of fluff at the bottom of the frame. It's my dog Genzo. I'm just looking after him today, so he's going to be joining us for a little bit of yoga. So today we're doing a practice which is great at the end of the day. When you're feeling perhaps some tightness through your muscles, maybe a bit of stagnant energy through the hip joints, through the thighs, the shoulders, the neck, any of these little feelings that we get at the end of the day. So we're going to be slowing the nervous system down through our breath, through gentle movement. And hopefully you'll start to notice opening through your physical body. And hopefully you'll also notice your mind starts to still a little bit. So you're finding more connection with your breath and you can feel nice and grounded, ready for the rest of your evening or perhaps for your night of sleep. So I've actually put on my pajama bottoms to just get in the mood. That's it, let's get into it. If you've got a bolster like I've got here, it'd be great. You might want to use it for the first posture that we're going to be doing. Otherwise, I'll just invite you to grab about 2 or 3 pillows. If you can find firm ones would be good. So we're going to start lying on our backs with a bit of a chest opening. So it's called Supta Baddha Konasana. So it's opening through the hips and opening through the front of the body. So usually I place a block underneath here if you've got one. You want to elevate it, but I'm using my blocks to hold my phone, so that's not an option. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use an extra pillow here to place it on top of the bolster. And if you've got a small, thin IKEA blanket like this, you can place it at the edge of your bolster. So grab whatever you've got in your home. It doesn't matter. Let's get creative. The idea is you want a bit of elevation under your back. Let's do it. And then I'm just putting this here so it's not too much of a steep angle, just to help support my lower back. So I'll invite you to come to sit at the very edge of your bolster or the edge of your pillow. Start with the knees bent and the hands either side your hips. You're going to very gently curl yourself down onto your props. Maybe lift the hips and curl the tailbone under, placing it back down so you've got a long spine. And allow the head to come down. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Arms relaxed down. Good. I need to shuffle back a little bit. Good. And then when you're ready, extend one leg at a time down. Good. Feel free to wiggle a little bit here and there so you find that nice, comfortable position. Good. When you get there, you might crave a couple of cleansing breaths. So take a deep breath through the nose. Open your mouth, clear it out. Good. 2 more like this. Inhale. Fully expand your belly. Exhale, cleanse it all the way. 1 more like this. Good. As you settle here, I'll invite you to bring the soles of the feet together. So bending the knees, open them wide so the soles of the feet are together. And you're bringing your knees out wide in a butterfly position. So just be mindful here of your lower back. I tend to overarch, so you just want to make sure you're supported here. So perhaps press into the feet, lift the tailbone, curl it under, and then place it back down. So you've got a nice long spine. If that's too much for your hips, at any point you can just bring the knees up, soles of the feet as wide as you match, knees come in towards each other. You can do a gentle internal rotation instead. Good. Allow yourself to land here. You can also support your knees with some support under perhaps extra pillows or anything. And then I'll invite you to place your hands on your belly. Start to notice your breath. Your breath is natural here, in and out through the nose. Notice its rhythm. Not trying to change anything. Just observing. And we're going to set an intention. And today I'll invite you to bring compassion and kindness to yourself. Too often we tend to be a bit harsh on ourselves. I know I do that a lot. Whenever I'm feeling a little bit agitated or I feel, irritation through my body, I think, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? Why can't I get rid of it? But really, yoga invites us to be the observer. Observe where we're at with love and compassion. By simply bringing awareness, we then start to let go. It's a natural process that happens as we build conscious awareness. Good. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Allow them perhaps to expand a bit deeper through your belly. Exhale all the way out. You can open the mouth. One more here. Try to soften your abdomen. Notice if you're carrying any tightness here in your diaphragm. And keep that compassion and kindness as your intention. Good. When you're ready, place the hands back down. Very carefully use your hands to bring the knees up. Bring them as wide as you match and the knees come in towards each other. Gentle counter pose here, internal rotation. Can you start to allow the breath to perhaps lengthen ever so slightly? Maybe you start to allow the chest and the belly to soften. So you find that natural wave-like motion through the belly and the chest. Perhaps see if you can inhale down the belly and then allow the breath to travel through the chest. So as you inhale, the end of the inhalation, the belly actually draws slightly in as the air gathers up in the chest. And you exhale all the way out. Good. When you're ready, I'm going to very carefully roll onto your side, perhaps the right side. Just be mindful here. Use your hand to bring yourself up so you can simply remove the props out of the way. If you'd like to keep a pillow or a thin blanket for your head, you can do that. Otherwise, just bring the props out of the way. Come to lie back down. Your head is nice and heavy, ankles connecting down, back of the heart and your tailbone. Good. Getting a sense of your entire body here lying down. Quick scan here as you observe any particular sensation right now. Just bringing inquiry. Oh, that's interesting. Feeling a bit X, Y, Z, whatever it is. And then let it go. Don't make a story out of it. Cool. Start to wiggle the extremities, fingers and the toes. And then bringing a bit more motion as you start to rotate your wrists and move through your ankles as well. Gentle rotations. Perhaps allow the head to rotate very mindfully left to right, massaging the back of the head. See if you can feel your entire body as a unified system here. So perhaps starting to rotate the ankles and notice how the spine moves and the head can rotate as well. Everything is connected. The breath, the movement. Good. Inhale, full body stretch. Reach the arms overhead, point the fingers, point the toes. Expand through your belly and your chest. Exhale, bend the knees. Give yourself a big hug here, knees into the chest. We're going to do that 2 more times. This is really good to do to release tightness in your lower back. So do it at your own time. Good. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, curl yourself into your little ball. 1 more. Good. We're finding our banana shape here. So inhale, full body stretch. This time you grab your right wrist, reach it up and then over towards the left. So your torso is coming to the left. And then your legs come to the left as well. So you're in kind of a banana shape here, semicircle. Option to stack the right ankle on top of the left. And keep your hips nice and leveled. So both hip joints are squared, leveled as best as you can. So you're finding opening through the right side of your body. And if your shoulders or your arms don't reach down, you can support them here with a blanket, with a pillow, whatever feels good. Can you bring your mouth to smile here? Lift the, So lifting the corners of your mouth, that's it. Internal smile here. Good. Keep breathing. Imagine finding expansion in the front line of your body. Maybe noticing any subtle change as you start to regulate your breath, regulate your mind. Again, that concept of a unified system. Good. Come to the center on your next breath in. Grab your left wrist, reach it up, and then over to the right. Legs travel to the right as well. Again, hips are nice and leveled, getting expansion through the front line of the body. Option to stack the left ankle on top of the right. Again, here you am aiming to get expansion in the side of the body, the left side. And you should feel maybe a bit of opening here through the front of the hips, especially the left hip flexors. Sometimes I like to place one hand on my hip flexor here and send the breath all the way down the belly. Exhale, gentle wiggle, perhaps aiming to relax that muscle. Good. Keep breathing here a little longer. Oftentimes we feel some tightness through a particular part of the body, and then we go straight for that part and we try to stretch it out and desperately trying to get some release. But often it's when we actually still the mind, expand our breath, find a comfortable position that the body start to let go, release. Maybe experiment with that this evening or today, whatever time it is for you. Good, come back to the center. Full body stretch, point the toes, point the fingers, really lengthen both sides of your body. Exhale, knees come into the chest. Nice release of your lower back. Perhaps raise the forehead towards the knees. And then release the chest and the head back down. Roll onto your favorite side. Come up to your all fours. Cool. So spread the fingers wide. Knees are underneath the hips. Alright. Keep the belly gently up and in. So cat and cow here. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round the chin, press the earth away. Enjoy the space you're creating in between your shoulder blades. Keep it going like a wave. Inhale. Tailbone lifts, collarbones broaden. Exhale, tailbone and chin tuck in towards your center. Really squeeze in the belly button up. Keep it like this 2 more times. Move at your own time with your breath. Exhale all the way out. Good. This time we inhale. Open through the collarbones, look forward. Exhale, child's pose. Bring the hips back. Chest comes down, maybe wiggle the hands slightly forward. Head relaxes down. Good. Inhale, back to your all fours. Lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, child's pose. Moving between those two postures. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're holding our child's pose. Maybe move the legs. You can have them knees closer together or perhaps wider open. Big toes to touch. Allow the chest to come down. Wiggle the hands forward. And allow the forehead to come down as well. Perhaps supporting it with a blanket, a pillow, or your hands if you need. Can you expand your belly with each breath? Finding a gentle connection of the belly with the thighs. Remember your intention. Fill yourself with compassion and kindness. Good, you can stay here. We'll start to reach the hands forward. Come onto your tippy fingers and then wiggle the hands to the right. Option to stack the left hand on top of the right and keep the shoulders squaring down. You can have a gentle press of the hands and imagine the tailbone reaching back and down, opening through the side of your body. Good. When you're ready, inhale the hands up, wiggle to the left, stack right hand on top of the left, keep the shoulders nice and facing downward and allow the head to relax down. Perhaps pressing through the hands very slightly so you imagine your tailbone reaching back and down. Remember, as I've offered in previous videos, you can always place a pillow underneath your hips here just to support you if you're still quite new to child's pose. Good. Soften the gaze. Keep breathing down your belly. Can you find a little bit more softness? A little bit more ease. Good. Inhale. Lift the fingers, come back to the center. Good. Inhale, we're going to come up to our all fours here. So we've got two options here. You can either start to reach the right toes back and start to gently rock back and forth a few times, holding it eventually as you rock back, getting a nice stretch through the Achilles, the calf muscles. And you can do that on each side at your own time. If you've got a bit more energy and you feel like coming into your downward facing dog, spread the fingers wide, shoulders back and down. Really press through the base of the thumb and the index finger especially. And then you inhale, lift the knees, exhale, hips come high, downward facing dogs. You can keep the knees bent here as you walk one heel down after the next. So tuning to your own body, how you're feeling right now, and choose what option feels good. So if you're in your downward facing dog, maybe shake the head yes and no a couple of times here. If you find there's a bit of tightness through your spine here, which I often feel, that's actually a sign that your nervous system is a little bit overstimulated. So if you find that, that's just a good, just awareness. Try not to, again, judge or anything. Just notice. Slowly by slowly, you start to develop more awareness of yourself, where these things come from. You start to let go, realigning your central channel, realigning on a physical level and on a deeper, perhaps spiritual level. Good. When you're ready, take a last deep breath here. Press through the hands, lift the tailbone. Exhale, maybe ground the heels a little bit further down. They don't have to touch the ground, but just activate the front of the thighs. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, come back to your all fours. Lift the gaze. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. Kneeling position here. Good. Hands on the thighs. Take a moment to observe any sensation, any little subtle energy through the fingers. Good. Come to sit on the left. Your left foot is slightly over the right ankle. I'm gonna come to face you. Press to the fingers of the right hand. Inhale, left arm overhead. And then lean to the right. Good. So deep breath in the side of the body, left side. Maybe see if you can relax your left shoulder a bit further down. Pinkies face down. Good. And then inhale up. Exhale, release the hand back down. Good. Come to center. And then swap sides. So this time you're sitting on the right foot slightly over the left ankle. Left hand down, inhale, right arm overhead, and then towards the left. Good. Relax the left shoulder. So I'm not mirroring the movement here, just so you know. Good. Deep breath in the side of the ribs. Just watch out for the right shoulder to not collapse, but to be nicely open, get opening through the front of the chest. Last breath, expand, look down, and then relax all the way back down. Good. Swing the legs forward. You're going to come to lie on your back. Very gently bring your knees into the chest. Awesome. Bring the feet as wide as your mat. Open the arms wide. Maybe gently press into the elbows, shuffle the shoulder blades under. Deep breath, open the chest and the belly. Exhale, knees drop to the right, maybe gaze to the left. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, left, maybe gaze to the right. Windscreen wipers movement. Good, keep it going like this. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop the knees to the right as far as they go. Good, subtle movements, subtle lubrication here through your hip joints, major joint of our body, through the neck. I'll invite you to hold here next time the knees are on the right. Just go a gentle twist through the internal organs. It's a great posture to keep opening through the front line of the body like we've been doing. Good. Gently engage your belly. Bring the knees up as you breathe in. Exhale, drop them to the left. Again, they don't have to come all the way down. If you need a support at any point, in between the lower knee or in between both knees, so you can, grab something in there, you can do that. Maybe gaze to the opposite side, maybe not. Again, I'll let you find your own position. Trust your instinct. Soften the face. Imagine the skin gently releasing. Keep your breath full and even. Letting go of any stagnant energy, especially perhaps through the diaphragm. Good. When you're ready, bring the knees back up. Give them one last big squeeze. Good. So we're going to find a gentle chest opener here. So if you want to just do an easy version or one that doesn't require props, you can bring the feet down. They're about hip width apart. You just brush, back of your heels with your fingers. Arms stacked down. You gently press into the feet as you curl the tailbone up, and you find your bridge position. Maybe interlace the hands underneath. If you prefer to have a more supported chest opener, gentle back bend, you're going to gently roll onto your side and grab your pillows again. If you've got a bolster, that's great. You can bring it down and have it lengthway, so horizontal. Otherwise, just grab any kind of pillow. Again, maybe if it's a bed pillow, just bring it horizontal, maybe stack a couple. And you're going to come to lie on top of the support here, and you want the support to be right where your bra strap is, just in this area here, just underneath your scapula, your shoulder. I'm losing my words here, but basically you want it to be just underneath the shoulders, around the bra strap area here. So have a gaze at me if you're not sure. Keeping the knees pointing up to start with. Use your hands. Gently lower yourself onto your prop. So you come to lie, the shoulders are hanging over the prop. Good. And then the arms are extended either side. If you need support underneath your head, just grab a blanket or anything here. And then extend one leg at a time. So just be mindful here. You shouldn't feel any pinching in the lower back. If you do, you can bend the knees, have them towards each other, or maybe bring some support underneath your tailbone so it's lightly elevated. Good. So it takes a couple of minutes to find that position, but once you do, you can hang in here a bit of time and start to really concentrate your breath in the center of your chest. So oftentimes we tend to curl our shoulders inward. Maybe if we're sitting at a desk or we're accumulating different stresses or different things from the day. So this posture is really awesome to bring opening through the physical body, opening our energy channels. So we can get that flowing, that electricity flowing through this part of your body. Good. Keep emphasizing your breath in your heart here. You can stay here a little longer. Always welcome to pause the video. When you're ready, you can bend the knees. Start to gently roll onto your side here. Good. We're going to find a gentle inversion. So, if you've got actually, let's all come to a wall here. So just find a wall space. You can have a thin pillow, which you can place just by the wall. For me, it's just by this table. And you're going to come to sit just at the very edge of the wall here. So you sit onto your side, lie onto your side. So you kind of like perpendicular to the wall. And then you're going to roll onto your prop. Slide it underneath your tailbone. It's not essential, but it's quite nice to do it. And then you bring the legs up the wall. If you've got tight hamstrings, you can bring yourself a bit further away from the wall. And you can also gently bend the knees if you feel that's more comfortable, allowing the gravity to gently bring the legs back, so they're back into the hip pocket here. Allow the arms to be soft. You can have one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. If you enjoy that connection, bring the big toes to touch. Viparatikarani. It's a gentle inversion. Really good to flush the blood away from the feet, down the legs, down towards our reproductive organs, our digestive system, our breathing system, our heart, all the way up to our brain. You can do this anytime, just before bed. It's really nice and soothing. Again, I'll invite you to stay here for as long as it feels nurturing. When you're ready, you can gently bend the knees. Maybe bring the feet up wide, finding a bit of a last opening here. You can press into the feet, gently lengthen down through the tailbone, getting a nice opening through the hips. Or you can bring the soles of the feet together, getting a nice butterfly position one last time. And then when you're ready, eventually rolling back onto your side so you can find your final resting pose. Maybe grabbing a pillow, placing it under your head. I've got so much going on here. Cool. If you want a blanket, place it over yourself. If you want to place something underneath your knees, if you've got a tight lower back, you can do that. Make sure you've got your heels connecting down if you've got support under the knees. Allow the arms to come down. Good. Check in here. Scan your physical body. Get a sense of your breath. Letting go of any controlled breathing. Allow it to be smooth and natural. Trying to soften the belly and the chest. Find that wave-like rhythm again. Good. Soften the face. Maybe imagine gazing up in between the eyebrows. So internal gaze up. This posture is about surrendering, integrating all that you've done. Beautiful. You can hold here as long as feels comfortable. Maybe putting on a song or anything that feels nurturing. And then when you're ready, you can start to bring awareness back into your body as you deepen your breath. Start to bring movement through the physical body. Rotate through your hips and your wrists and your ankles. Eventually roll onto your favorite side. And bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Always coming back to your intention. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring the arms up, palms together and hands come in front of the heart center. So today our intention was compassion and kindness to ourselves. Perhaps together we can invite this intention to spread into the people that we meet, to the actions that we do. Really important, particular during those turbulent times that we are riding together. Good. Recognize and thank yourself for the effort you've taken to come to your mat and connect. So bow the head towards the fingertips. A gesture of gratitude. I say to you, Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your evening. I've now included a link at the bottom of each video. It's in the video description. A link to donate. So it's totally optional. I really want you to be enjoying these videos as often and as much as you want, guilt-free, for free. So don't feel like you have to donate, but if you've got the financial means and if you'd like to support me, I would really appreciate your support. So you can just click on that PayPal link and donate whatever your heart tells you. Thank you so much.